What is going on, everybody? So I know normally I do trading recap videos, and that's kind of how I even got involved with YouTube in the first place. And I want to kind of switch things up. So when it comes to trading, obviously that's only one single topic, and I know there's probably plenty other people that watch the videos along the way. And I want to do more of a kind of a documentation of kind of the process and my journey up to this point. Just with not only trading, but obviously, since I've been trading, I also kind of found eBay along the way, and I see a huge opportunity with eBay and selling online, and actually potentially having that become something that's pretty big and be a huge focus of mine, while obviously still continuing to trade. So this is kind of going to be my first vlog of just a quick little snapshot of the day. And then what I want to do is I want to go through the day a little bit, just because it is Monday. It's 9:10 a.m. here. I'm just out of Salt Lake City, Utah, and Goodwill does have dollar tag Mondays, which is like a big day for me. I like to go to Goodwill and obviously get as many things as I possibly can for $1, because that's where the money's made, right? The cheaper you can get these products when you put them up on eBay and they sell for a decent amount, those margins are crazy. And I mainly, as of right now, sell clothes and shoes, and I'm just trying to slowly build that up. And being that this is episode 1, just to kind of go back to how I even got here in the first place, just to kind of give a little insight into my story, and then we'll get into the kind of the stuff that I do throughout the day. So I have been in Utah for about a year and a half now. A year and a half ago, I lived in South Florida. South Florida is where I've been for pretty much my whole life. And everything was going all right, except for the fact that, I did the whole college thing, graduated with a degree that I didn't even use or even really care about. I was just kind of chose a degree in marketing. And before you know it, I graduated and was like, I don't even know what I learned. I feel like I didn't even learn anything. So went into the corporate world because I just figured that's kind of what you're supposed to do, right? Like everybody does it. You go get a job and then you figure it out. And I'm from the get, it just wasn't for me. You know how you just deep down, something just isn't for you, regardless of how much you try to make it work or how much everybody else says it should work. So took a very first job at ADP doing outside sales, and I absolutely hated it. I mean, I was just completely freaking miserable. So kind of within that time frame, I was always thinking about ideas and always thinking about a way to try to ultimately work for myself. And especially being that on my dad's side of my family, they're very entrepreneurial. So I had an insight as to kind of that lifestyle, right? So it's something that I always wanted to do. And I kind of did the job thing for a bit. And, after about 4 years of bouncing around, thinking that I just hadn't found the right job yet. And then I realized that after I had numerous jobs, I was like, it's not the job, it's me. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all working for somebody else. Like I literally, I can't stand it at all. I would much rather work, and not saying that a job is bad, it's just I listen to Gary Vee a lot, and you have to be very self-aware and realize what you like and what works for you. I would much rather work 80 hours for myself and make $50,000 a year than work 40 hours for somebody else and make $150,000 a year, just because I like to be able to work on the things that I want to work on and also have my freedom at the end of the day. And by freedom, I don't mean, go sit on the beach and party and have fun, but just the freedom to be able to wake up in the morning and work on the things that I want to work on and ultimately build something for myself. So a year and a half ago, I said, you know what? I got to go for it. I have to jump. I can't sit here and continuously talk about ideas, because I talked about ideas with my friends. I was a talker, right? I talked the talk. I did not walk the walk. So eventually I said, screw it. I'm in a spot where I'm not married. I don't have kids. I have very little responsibilities. I have no animals. I own next to nothing. So I literally quit my job. I sold everything I own except for my computer and some clothes and the basics. And I literally called my mom and I go, I'm coming out to Utah and I'm going to give some of these things a shot. So I just need a place to stay for a bit to keep the overhead as low as I possibly can, so I can give myself a real fighting chance, because obviously starting your own business and trying to be self-employed is super difficult. and I wanted to try to make those odds a little bit better. And after a while, I mean, my passion is trading, but the thing is trading is obviously very difficult. So to expect to literally make like a full-time income just because you want to make a full-time income is super difficult. And at times I have found that, you know, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and then at times you can make stupid decisions and make mistakes in trading like I had before, where you take bigger losses than you need to and stuff like that. So, you know, along the way I just did some research and I was like, what are some other ways that I can make money that I can couple with trading without having to go get a job? And then I came across eBay. So I've been doing eBay for a little bit now, and you know, I've done okay with eBay, but I'm nowhere near the size that I want it to be. And you know, so it requires, you know, a lot more. I think so. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and unfortunately there's not a lot of thrift stores here. They have a main thrift store here that's kind of run by like Utah, and it's called Desert Industries, DI, and they kind of like strong arm Goodwill. There's only 2 Goodwills in the entire state, and Goodwill is predominantly where I find my stuff. So out of only 2 stores, I've been able to regularly do probably about $2,000 in sales on eBay, but I'm kind of plateaued there just because there's only so much you can get out of 2 stores. So I'm actually going to be moving back to Florida at the beginning of next year, continue to trade, and then also focus on really building eBay to the next level, because just the West Palm Beach area is where I am from and where I'm moving back to. Just within those 3 counties of like, you know, West Palm Beach, or not the county, but like Boca, Delray, Deerfield area, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, which is where I'm at, there's like 30 or 40 Goodwills. So I'm thinking that if there's, you know, 10 times the amount of stores, then hopefully I can at least 5 to 10x the amount of stuff, you know, the amount of sales that I'm doing, you know, right now. So that's going to be a main focus. But, you know, regardless of all the ranting, just to kind of let everybody know why I'm even here in the first place. And what I'm going to do is, obviously it's Dollar Tag Monday, so I'm going to go to Goodwill today and hopefully get a good amount of stuff. And I want to bring everybody along and show everyone what I get. So stay tuned. All right, so just got back home. Went to both Goodwills, and it was pretty quick. I got to that first one at 10:30. It is 12:34 now, so only 2 hours. You know, being that I've been doing this for a bit, I know what I'm looking for. I can walk in and out of these places pretty quick, and I look like a little bit of a crazy person. I'm flying through the racks, and I know exactly what I want. So, you know, I don't have to spend too much time as far as like sourcing and thrifting and whatnot. But out of both places, I ended up getting 7 items. It's not a ton. This is kind of the dilemma I had, where I can never find a lot. But the good thing about it all is that if I can find 7 items out of 2 Goodwills in Utah, I can't imagine what I'll be able to find out of, you know, 20 plus in South Florida. So I think that, you know, I'll maintain and do as much as I possibly can. And, you know, the good thing is that I did figure out the whole eBay selling thing from moving here, and kind of, you know, really doing more research into other things that you can make money on. So kind of maintain, learn the ropes. And then I think that when I get back to South Florida, I can build a pretty kick-ass eBay business. So I'm excited about that. But just got back home. I'm going to go inside, and then I'll quickly do a little review and a sneak peek of the 7 items that I got. All right, so I just got back inside. I laid everything out. Want to go through what I got. So between the 2 stores, I spent $4 at one, and I spent $9 at the other. So obviously a total of $13. Some of these weren't dollar tag. You know, obviously it's Dollar Tag Monday, but I still go through the store and I look at everything else. And sometimes if it makes sense, I pick stuff up that's, you know, a couple bucks. So I ended up getting this Patagonia hat was $4. Patagonia is like, I mean, so many people like that brand. So I looked at comps online, and some were going for like $20, and it's in good condition. And then I found a pair of Chaco sandals. So for people who don't know what Chaco is, just Google it and even go on eBay and see. Chaco, kind of like an outdoor style brand, and people happen to really like it. Those are women's sandals.
I just got to clean them up a little bit. But I paid $4 for these. Some comps of these were going for like right around $30. So should be all right. And then I got the rest of these are $1. So I ended up getting a Columbia shirt. Obviously, got to lay it out, get rid of all the wrinkles and crap. But Columbia shirt. Not that Columbia is like anything crazy, but it's a double XL. So the big size is what makes it pretty good, because obviously the bigger sizes in good size brands are difficult to come by. So it should sell okay. Probably right around 20-ish dollars. And obviously this is just projecting. I don't know until it sells, but just based on comps, kind of giving ballpark estimate. A pretty nice Eddie Bauer sweater. It's kind of like a quarter zip, and it is size large. Got this thing for $1, probably right around the $20 range. And then I found this pair of USA Olympic shorts. So kind of cool. I mean, they were $1. As far as like comps go, they were kind of all over the place, but I'll probably put it at like $19.99 and just take a best offer. So if somebody gives me like $15 for this thing or offers 15, I'll most likely just take it. And this is a John Deere sleeveless shirt. Normally I wouldn't get stuff like this, but it's brand new with tags. And it has it's got like a cool design on the back. So, for $1, I figured why not? Maybe get $15 max for this thing, just because it's brand new. And then, last but not least, I got a woman's Fila like running shirt, which is pretty cool because if you flip this thing around, it has like, it's like vented on the back and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'll probably like $15 for this thing. So
all right, so spent 13, and if everything sells kind of in the ballpark, right? Like, you never know. You see comps for one price, it doesn't always mean that you're going to get that price. So you don't know until you put it up. And then, a lot of times I just take offers. I'm trying to move stuff as fast as I can. So if I list something for $20 and somebody gives me an offer of like, 17, I'll take it because I'm trying to get it in and get it out as quick as I possibly can. But spent 13 on everything, and we'll say maybe like right around $100 gross, maybe a little bit more depending if I get full ask on some of these things. So not bad considering it was only a couple hours. Obviously I wish I had a lot more stuff, but I got to do what I got to do, and that was that's what I was able to find today. So kind of as far as like the follow along, I know there wasn't a ton of detail. This is the first one. I kind of wanted to just get one of many started, and hopefully we'll see where it goes. Right now I'm editing these on my phone, so it's not like I'm super advanced as far as being able to use high-tech software and whatnot. I'm going to use my phone to edit these, and hopefully it'll get better as they go on. And I want to do, as far as talking about the trading thing, I want to do that, and I have been doing that, but I also want to go more into the eBay because I'm learning a lot, and I'm sure there are plenty other people who want to kind of learn how to sell stuff on eBay too. And it's, in my opinion, it's the easiest business to get into. Like if you give it your all and you really have trouble with eBay, then I think that it's one of those things where sometimes you just take a step back and say, like, is running my own business something I really want to do? Because the cost of entry to eBay, if you go to garage sales and stuff, is next to zero, and the platform in which you sell on is already created. So literally the only thing you got to do is just take pictures. Do a little bit of research, take pictures. It doesn't get much easier than that, especially in a world where we have access to information at our freaking fingertips. So this is going to be episode 1. Hopefully you enjoyed it so far. If you have any feedback or if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys later.